everyone, Mr. Mizu here. Today we're going to talk about how to build your own groove on the Kora or Ngoni. Got the Ngoni back here, we'll do that in a minute. But it's pretty simple. The idea is to build a rhythm, a bass line, and a melody that all sync together, and then you can also add in your little special effects like percussive taps or kind of stringy slide sort of things. But yeah, the idea is pretty simple. You basically just get a rhythm going with your right hand. And then the bass line will be played with the thumb. And the high-end melody will be played with your pointer finger on your left-hand side. So to get it all synced together, you basically get your rhythm going. So it makes it really easy to just improv, and that's kind of the whole essence of Kora. The Kora is kind of a percussive improv instrument where you kind of almost want to think about it sort of like drums. Another way to think about it would be kind of think of it almost like hi-hats, almost like kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. And so your low end is sort of like a kick, high end is sort of like a snare or whatever. It kind of, the metaphor sort of falls apart, but the idea is to overlay percussive polyrhythmic sort of ideas on top of each other. And of course you could add in the taps as well. And then a Kora groove comes in two parts. The first part is called a Kumbengo, and the other part is called a Birimintingo, and that has to do with basically your main groove, your main rhythm that you keep coming back to, and then the sort of more improv, freestyle stuff that happens here on the high end. So the Kumbengo is kind of when you're just grooving along. And the Birimintingo is when you go and you throw in all the fancy high-end sort of stuff up here. So, set that aside for a second. And it's the exact same thing on the Ngoni. You just start with the rhythm and the bass line. So a little bit sloppy, but you get the idea. Just same thing, just rhythm. And once you get that on autopilot, build the rest. And it's all just improv. Nothing I've done here was ever planned before. It's just what comes out when you start playing the instrument with that style. So both instruments work the same way. You just build your groove with the rhythm, the bass line, and the high-end melody all together. So anyway, have fun with that. And none of this matters what tuning system you're using. You could be in any scale or key. It's just a matter of having fun with it and improvising and building the multi layers of it.